So the liberals made a giant miscalculation because they had this media blitz planned to highlight the fact that Biden went to Ukraine.
Right.
So this happened as the East Palestine disaster happened, and the Democrats were so incompetent they didn't adjust. They didn't sit down and call it audible. They called no audible. No audible when it happened. Because to me, it's clear what was going on, right? It was planned. The media blitz was planned. When the Ohio disaster happened, if you were competent and you cared, which we know Democrats are neither, you would call audible. You'd be like, hold up, we got to cancel this, we got to cancel the media blitz, and let's go to Ohio. They fucked up. They fucked up big time.
So this now is what money makes you do. When you owe money to the weapons manufacturers, this is what happens. You make bad decisions like this because this is the only reason they would make a bad decision like this.
Yeah, so the liberals been all in talking about this story because they think it's a win for Biden. And they learning the hard way, guys. I'm gonna show you guys some receipts here. And then you have the right. This is all they're talking about right now. This is their story of the week. How Biden abandoned East Palestine. Yeah. Donald Trump is there though. I'm gonna show you guys just one example. I literally type in Biden, and this is all you will see. Let me pull this up. I get used to the new. I don't know if it's different for you, but
I haven't seen anything new, so I haven't seen it yet. Actually,
it might be just me then. But this is Benny Johnson. I'm sure this is a concern. Yeah, I see Newsmax. So I'm showing you this because this is the narrative coming from the right. Liberals have made a giant mistake. I saw someone say, and there was this liberal reporter. There's a story I didn't save. I might do it later as a segment where they said this was an unforced error. This was an unforced error. Actually, I'm gonna find out. I might say pull it up later. But I'm like, this is not unforced. This is your policies, motherfucker. What's unforced about this? You guys definitely deserved it. Do you guys reap what you sow? You guys sided with the military-industrial complex, which included NATO left, instead of prioritizing the American people. And this is the result. You have people like Benny fucking Johnson and Donald Trump able to do stuff like this, where they went to East Palestine. I'll read Benny's tweet. Tens of thousands of pounds of goods, food, and water being delivered to the people of East Palestine, Ohio, right now before Trump's visit. CJ, look at this. Trump paid for all of it.
Man.
So, what? Hey, online left. These people don't give a fuck about these litmus tests. The only thing they're going to care about in the election, Trump was there. He paid for our shit. That's it. They're not online. They're not political. This is almost.
They're gonna be like, "What about freedom? January 6th." They're gonna be like, "Nigga, he showed up with some water. Shut up." That's what they're gonna say about
most people,
that.
guys. Like, I'm dead serious. Think about the most influential online person, right? Ben Shapiro, right? He got like 5 million subscribers. That's a giant. A very small percentage of the population. Most people are not tuned into the shit that we are, right? So most people, they see this and this wins votes. Look at the last part. Number of goods delivered from the Biden administration, 0. And I'm gonna pull this video up because Karin, what's the fucking name again? Karin Jean-Pierre was I had to pull out like what the fuck her name again? She was
before you play it, Nick. Before you play it, Nick, as you pull it up.
Go ahead.
It's so freaking weird how at the last minute Nick joined. And we literally have some of the same topics. This is a topic I was gonna cover right here.
All right, cool. We can throw it in.
Yeah, and we didn't even talk about this. Yeah. It's so funny how you just went into this, but this goes into this topic where it was like where I call Ohio derailment will reelect Trump. This right here, along with maybe I shouldn't say be so forceful and say will, but this is helping Trump get reelected. The lackluster response by the Democratic Party showing Mayor Pete barely showing up. This literally looks like a clown show. Now it's like, nigga, you here now? I'm here now. Like, go ahead, nigga.
Like, this is why I'm here to expose to the people who believe that this is a competent organization. This is what Marxists do. We expose the flaws of the capitalists in their system. So I'm here looking at this like this exposes how ridiculous and how dumb the Democrats are that this is happening. And I hope this will be one of the things that leads some person to thinking, man, maybe I should look at other alternatives outside of the Democratic Party. Not become a Republican, but look at this moment and be like, yeah, the Democrats are incompetent. Any moment like this, I am going to highlight the shit out of it because I want those shit. And not for the radical minds, because we already there. It's for it to get the people to make that first jump. Like, damn, these people just really fucked up here. What the fuck is that about? right? This is one of those strategies you use to get people on your side. Now, this is not a long clip. I literally found this clip as you was talking. Like, it wasn't part of my segment. I just threw this together because I was interested in seeing this. Because it's like Karin Jean-Pierre is asked about Biden. Anyway, I'll let you go.
First of all, the president frequently visits the sites of many natural and man-made disasters, and this situation in East Palestine has clearly required a multi-agency response from the federal and the state level. So I guess I'm just struggling to understand why the president wouldn't go to East Palestine. Does it simply not meet the bar for a presidential visit?
This is the moment where liberals realize they fucked up. Because they made a big deal over the Ukraine trip, right? Now they can't sweep this story under the rug like they tried to. Now they are being asked these questions. Maybe Biden should visit East Palestine, Ohio, right? And we're gonna cover this later. The NATO left is struggling with this. We see how Nina Turner, and this clip gonna premiere here later, where she gives this performance speech about her not going to Palestine. But then she's like, "Oh, I still support him supporting Ukraine, though." And then you have David Pacman all the way to fuck confused, who said, "Oh yeah, he's gonna defend him." So you see how they're just struggle. How do we criticize him on this issue while remaining in the good graces of the Democratic Party, where the Ukraine is a cult where you can't deviate? It's been great to watch, and of course,
look, listen. I want to be very clear here. There's no reason to struggle, I don't think, on this question. I think when you look at how the federal agencies have responded from day one and took this very seriously.
Hey, CJ. So when the American people hear, like, imagine you're one of the people that suffered through this event, and you hear the government officials say, "Don't worry, we're taking this very seriously." Does that sound persuasive to you?
No.
Like, you one of the people that are upset at the government. You hear this conference, and you hear it say, "Oh, don't worry, we know what we're doing. We on the case." Oh, never mind. I guess all my concerns are done. That's a horrible answer.
Maybe on Reno 911, but
so they are struggling. They're struggling.
And to your point, they're struggling. Go ahead. Guess who else is struggling? I don't know if you saw this.
Hold that, CJ.
Okay, I'll go ahead. Go ahead.
The order. That's good. I'm glad you got that. But look, let's hold that. Hold that for a second. I'm gonna show you guys this. The liberals are struggling. You didn't know when to interject that part. The liberals are really struggling here because you see they're getting hammered by this. They get hammered by this. I saw this.
Oh yeah.
This is the problem. I'm gonna show you a video before that one, but this is after the honeymoon of the Ukraine thing, because they thought that was gonna be a giant victory for whatever the fuck reason. They're so out of touch. Only 40% of American people support funding Ukraine. That's the most recent poll. You guys seen it? I broke it down. Only 40%. But for some reason they thought this was going to be a big win. I've been watching this shit. Like, it's hilarious. Actually, we'll do the statement later on the stream. Showing you guys the morning Joe statement. I will show you guys how they talked about it before this happened. Now you have liberals that's like, holy shit, how do we counter this? Look at this. This is some Democrat blue check shit lib account, right? You see her all the time on here. Fox News is now positioning Biden's show of support for Ukraine as a direct affront to those affected by the train derailment in Ohio. There's a narrative being planted here. Watch how support for Ukraine is framed as incompatible with U.S. national interest. What a persuasive argument, Caroline. I know what Karen's gonna do. She's gonna go to Ohio. I'm like, you understand? Biden was there in Ukraine because it's very important for U.S. national security interest. Think like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, it's like nigga, eggs is $10, man. That's what people are gonna say.
Because there's a narrative being planned here. What narrative? You mean the reality that anyone who's not a Ukraine brainwashed NATO simp cult, NATO leftist cult, can't see that Biden cares about the Ukrainian people more than the Americans? That's obvious to everybody. But now the liberals are like, holy shit, this narrative is building that Biden don't care about the American people. So this tweet, and I've seen a few others, highlight what we were saying, CJ, that liberals know it too. They know they fucked up. They're like, oh, fuck, this about hurt us. Real bad. So, and now this is my tweet, and I'll pass to you because you can show your people this part first.
Yeah, then I'll show that. Yeah.
Starting to realize they fucked up after Biden abandoned East Palestine, Ohio, in order to promote forever war in Ukraine. So Caroline or all the NATO leftists, Nina Turner, who says she support the Ukraine funding, good luck going to Ohio and explaining that Biden went to Ukraine because, hey, him going to Ukraine not incompatible with their struggle. It's important for U.S. national interest. Surely they will care. Good luck with that argument. CJ.
In line with this subject, Ohio derailment could be the thing that pushes Trump over the top. This is connected with the fact that he's against the Ukraine funding. So not the sense that, let's say these people are for Ukraine funding, but it's like, dude, could you not just wait a couple of days and come out here and visit us first and then go do that? He's against it. So this story kind of covers both, how he's against the Ukraine funding is here and also the Ohio derailment. So this could very well be that thing that puts him over the top. But let's listen to Pete Buttigieg, and he's asked a very awkward question for him. And I
haven't seen this yet.
Mr. Secretary, would you still be here if President Trump wasn't here yesterday?
Yeah, the timing of my visit is based on trying to be here with the community, but also trying to not be in the way of NTSB. Maybe I got that timing right.
So he was letting NTSB do their job. That's why he was at home eating popcorn. Because he was letting NTSB do their job, man. That's a very awkward question to be asked. Why are you just here because Donald Trump announced? That's literally what he was asked. Go ahead.
Well, people have been asking Pete Buttigieg recently because it's obvious favor that the Biden administration did for Pete because he dropped out, even though he had no reason to in order to help him win. So it's obvious to literally everyone except the Democratic Party code that Biden gave Pete Buttigieg a favor. You become labor secretary, whatever, in order for dropping out, and that will help you prepare you to president later. So everyone's been saying since then, Pete Buttigieg, especially after you took maternity leave, what the fuck do you actually do? This is the argument the right has been making. And now more people hear it, and that's more persuasive than what he's saying. So people have been asking him.
What do you actually do? What is your job, man?
Yes, CJ, I know you know this as well. That's why you're laughing. So for the last year, people have been asking him, what the fuck did you actually do? So Pete Buttigieg would just ask why he was not there. You want to know who his response is? I don't want to get in the way. You know what the fuck? You're the labor transportory. How will you get in the way? You are admitting that you're essentially useless. I can't be there. I'll get in the way. Oh, surely there's nothing I would do that would help this situation. So it's better if I wasn't even there. So lead to the question again. What the fuck do you do, sir? We'll go ahead, CJ.
Here is the rest of Pete. And I rewinded a little bit.
Mr. Secretary, would you still be here if President Trump wasn't here yesterday?
Yeah, the timing of my visit is based on trying to be here with the community, but also trying to not be in the way of NTSB. Maybe I got that timing right, maybe not. But the most important thing for me right now is that doesn't wind up allowing people to change the subject and block needed rail regulation.
How come President Trump came here for you?
Do you think it was a mistake for Biden to go to Ukraine before coming?
That boy is
Mr. Secretary, would you still be
real
here?
fast. Do you remember people who was the young progressive upstart? And they was like, oh my God, he's so young. Progressive. Look at this dude. He aged so much, bro. This man is stressed. He is stressed because he's getting roasted in the media every single day.
Oh, man.
This man aged like he's the president, bro. Let me show you guys this. I think your video is over, right? Because actually, your video is timed perfectly. Because you saw how Pete Buttigieg is struggling there, right? So yeah, look at the contrast, right? The contrast on the right, Republican to Trump. The video I just showed you, I'll pull it up again, just so you guys can see it. Just so you guys see the contrast. Where it's a party here. Like there's cameras everywhere. Trump was out there shaking people's hands. I was showing videos of that yesterday. It's like a big Republican event now, right? Compare that to Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg is escorted away from media while his press secretary makes herself known. People are just like, bro, I'll take 2 minutes. This shit's aging the shit out of me, boy. You go out there. Can't deal with this shit no more. I can't deal with this shit no more, bro. I need to send my press secretary out there. Remember, the job position I said shouldn't exist. I made that argument since day one on the channel. That job should not exist if you cannot answer media questions, you do not deserve the job. And you're not that busy. Not that busy. Biden is not that busy. If you are not even just president or people, if you're a congressperson, senator, you owe us at least 1 day a week where you go in front of the media for an hour and answer questions. That is not going to disrupt your schedule. That's my position. So this position shouldn't exist. But people just send him out there to take questions because he get his ass beat so bad. He had to be escorted away from the media. Compare that to what's going on the right. Where they at media, you want to see this shit? The right is begging for media, and meanwhile, people are just being escorted away. What a colossal fuck up.
Yeah, and did you see this? I still haven't been able to find where this video is from, but I got clips. And this speaks to the
I might do this segment. We might do this segment later because I seen this video literally as I was doing research today where it said, and I think it's on the same speech where it said Donald Trump exposes that Victoria Nuland was responded and made up. Let me see if I can find it.
It's a long speech. It's a long speach. So
yeah, I think it's the same speech. Go ahead, CJ. I think I might do.
I'll play this one. This one's about the derailment. So let's listen to what he's saying about. I'm sorry. This is about the Ukraine war. So this Ohio derailment story, which is now being tied to the Ukraine war, and that's with Fox News, and that's another segment. Maybe I can tie this segment.
I have a clip after this, CJ.
Yeah.
I have a
let's
clip
play
after
this.
this.
Okay, no worries.
We're teetering on the brink of World War III. And a lot of people don't see it, but I see it. And I've been right about a lot of things. They all say Trump's been right about everything. None of this excuses in any way the outrageous and horrible invasion of Ukraine 1 year ago, which would have never happened if I was your president, not even a little chance. But it does mean that here in America, we need to get rid of the corrupt globalist establishment that has botched every major foreign policy decision for decades. And that includes President Biden, whose own people said he's never made a good decision when it comes to looking at other countries and looking at wars. We have to replace them with people who support American interests. Over our 4 years in the White House, we made incredible progress in putting the America Last contingent aside and bringing the world to peace. And now we're going to complete the mission. The State Department, Pentagon, and national security establishment will be a very different place by the end of my administration. In fact, just into my administration, it'll be a very different place. And it'll get things done, just like I did 4 years ago. We never had it so good.
This motherfucker watches Tucker Carlson every night. This man this boy is plugged in on the Ukraine right. This dude is gonna steamroll. I cannot wait. You wanna know what I can't wait to see, CJ? I cannot wait to see the NATO left try to oppose Trump on this issue in particular. Because as the presidential election heats up, we see Trump's strategy. It's clear. It's clear. He's gonna run as the candidate to have a critique of the military-industrial complex as the anti-war strategy against Joe Biden, who Bernie Sanders already pledged his support to. So what's going to happen when Bernie's going to be confronted with Donald Trump calling out the NATO establishment?
That's crazy.
What's going to happen? This is crazy. Like, this is going to be very interesting to watch. The NATO left deal with this. We already seen the massive struggle. You're going to have the Republicans who are like Matt Gaetz, that's calling for to defund the Ukraine war, put American first. He literally put that bill on the floor, Ukraine fatigue bill. How do AOC challenge Matt Gaetz on that? You know what I mean? For the first time, I've seen the Democrats have to run from the debate from the Republicans. I remember when I was younger. When I was younger, it was perceived to be the exact opposite, where the Republicans was these evolution denying George W. Bush Jr. Republicans. You had all the Sarah Palin style Republicans that was considered dumb, that can't defend their ideas. Now it completely flipped. Now you have the Democrats who consider the dumb party, and the right, and the Martin Taylor Greene, the right, like, debate us on this issue. Discuss policy. Democrats are like, no, we're not going to do that shit. We don't want to legitimize those ideas because, their ideas are better than ours. If their idea was better than yours, it wouldn't be legitimized, wouldn't it? But they know. They know.